Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in, a little car chronicle. Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, I was talking about on my Q&A on Instagram. It came up about when the young lady asked me about her asking her boyfriend to pay for her hairdo or something, and it was $75, and he said no. And I saw one person respond, it probably was a lot more responses, that her boyfriend can't help her out, and and I get that all the time. And I want you to understand that, in a perfect world, yes, in a perfect world, you would expect the boyfriend to help the girlfriend out, to pay for her hair. And in most cases, that does happen. In most cases, the man will help pay rent, help pay the car note. And for some women, that's an absolute. Like, they really need that. And here's the thing. And this what we have wrong in life. This what we have wrong in life is to need somebody else financially. It means that you're not independent. No matter how you spin it, you could say, oh, well, everybody have hard times. And, oh, well, I got kids. And, oh, my job don't pay me a lot. Oh, I got laid off. It means you're not independent. And the borrower becomes servant to the lender. I saw a little video where the man pull up on his woman. The man pull up on his woman. She was cheating. He latched on. You're going to see the video now that I'm talking about it, and it's on your phone. Now, the way the phone works. He latched on to the hood and hopped in his car, pulled off. He said, I'm finna get my radiator out of here. He yanked the hood off a car and went and grabbed his radiator that he put in there. See, what a man buys, he think he owns. You seen the celebrity couples where the man bought a Bentley or a Rolls Royce and they break up and he repossessed that car? That's the problem right there in this day and age. In today. See, we're not talking about when I got in a relationship with my wife in 2005. We didn't have all the same music. We didn't have social media. So it was a different world. It still was old school. It still was chivalrous. It was totally different, to where I was a broke college student going on dates and paying for $60 dates. Steak and salad, paying $60, $75 as a broke college student. Because I was taught that a man got to be chivalrous. See, today, what you have to understand is that these men being built different. They're being taught differently. They're being wired differently. So, and it ain't enough of the men who gonna be selfless with his money. With his money now, it ain't enough for them. And I know it's some people talking about, oh, Tony, I thought you sell hope. Thought you sell hope. I don't sell hope. I don't sell nothing. I tell the truth. I tell the truth. And so if you think that out of the millions of single women, it's going to be enough men out here that just finna be willy-nilly with their money, you sadly mistaken. And this is what I want you to consider. May I submit this for your consideration? Like the pastor be saying. It's like, Pastor, will you please start watching Matlock? Like, you sit your butt at home watching Matlock. Now we got to hear you say this 90 times. Can you submit? Now listen, what I was saying. This is what I want you to understand. When you go into a relationship with a man, you don't know his influences. You don't know his mindset around money. And I'm going to tell you, most men are tight with their money. Most men are tight with their money. And the reason being is because most men equate their self-worth to their net worth. So, and I'm going to help you understand. I don't have no lot of money in the grand scheme of things, but I'm not tight with my money. See, my mindset is the type that I'm willing to go broke every day. Giving, living, spending, I'm willing to go broke every day. That's not a good mindset. That ain't a good mindset to have. Because what they say, a fool and his money will soon part. And so here's the thing. For the women that when you want you a boyfriend that he's going to be helping you pay your rent, helping you pay your car note, helping you pay your car insurance, paying for your hair, paying for your nails, like on a regular basis, like you want a boyfriend to help you financially, you got the wrong mindset. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you as your brother, because it is no benefit for me to tell you this here truth to get you mad with me going off in the comments on me. That benefits me none. But I got to tell you the truth, because guess what? The only men that's going to be comfortable with that, the only men that's comfortable with that is men with buku money. And even the men with the buku money, meaning they got more money than a little bit, they're going to want something in return. They're going to want you to be a slave. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. You're going to hear about it. It ain't no free gift. It's not even a gift. It's getting repossessed. Get cheated on and then want to break. This purse, get this purse here, and get this. Give me that earring out your ear. Now you got that slit going through your ear like your auntie, because he done snatched that diamond stud out your ear that he bought because you want to break up with him. Listen to me. This day and age today, you got to be very careful what you accept from a man, because it's different influences. The men being taught differently. And I done talked to men who are considered good men. On the outside, they're considered good men. And it's a line of women that'll take them. And I heard many men say, if I bought it, it's mine. I want it back. You want to break up? All right, give me everything I done bought back. I want it all back. That's how. So listen, that's not even a gift. But guess what? That's your everyday average man. And if you looking for the man that he does not see it like that, there's not enough for them to go around. So what you have to understand as a woman is when you go into a relationship, you need to be independent until you are interdependent. Meaning you need to be able to take care of yourself and pay all of your bills when you don't have a husband. And if you're not in the place to take care of yourself and you need help with your hairdo, with your car note, with your rent, you need to be focusing on your grind and not a relationship. And I know this upsetting you. I know this stepping on your toe, but what I'm trying to do is protect you, because when you go in here and you need this man, when you need a man financially, there is a price to pay, because what a man buys, he owns. Is it right? No. Is it real? Yes. What they say in the tight, but it's right. Listen, it's hard, but it's fair. Listen to what I'm telling you now. So here's the thing. Don't go in thinking that money is a part of the transaction in a relationship. Don't go in with the mindset about money. You need to go in with the mindset about love. about communication, about quality time. Don't judge a man by how much money he willing to spend on you. And see, that's the problem right there. And that's the one really, really sad thing about most women, 90% of women, is that 90% of women will do something strange for a piece of change. 90% of women, when it's about that bag, when it's about, and they ain't talking about no purse, when it's about that money, 90% of women get out of character. 90% of women forget how to act when it's about that money. When it's about that money, I see women be marching in line. Yes, sir. You need me to jump? How high? How high do you want me to jump today? Oh, what do you want me to suck on today? Oh, what do you want me to do today? When it's about that money, come on now, listen. This is not 1930. This is not 1930. I know it might not be in a woman's nature, and I'm not sure how true that is. But listen, as a woman, you capable today. That's a little reflection on the shirt. I don't know where it's coming from, one of these lights. As a woman today, listen, you capable of making millions of dollars. You could sell you some tracks. You could sell you some eyeliner. You could sell eyelashes. You could sell t-shirts. You could sell plates out the window. As a woman today, it is endless amount of money. That savings you got, every holiday you could go on you a trip. Go on travelzoo.com. Travelzoo, send me a chat. Go on travelzoo.com. A guy told me about it. Flying around the world for a few $100s. Go on Travelzoo. And now guess what? You could become a social media influencer, a travel influencer, out that savings account that you've been saving for 10 years. Going on your trip, and you do 3-4 trips. Now the rest of your trips free, because you write into the PR department of the hotel and tell them you're a travel influencer. And now they give you a room for free. They booking your flight. See, it's a million ways to get it today. As a woman in today's society, you don't have to depend on a man. And that's one of the things that really hurt me and upset me about some of my family members. About women that I know personally who always depend and need a man. Always need a man. And this is what I seen. I seen women who want to live above their means. So they want to go on trips. So they want to buy these clothes or this clothes or that clothes. They want to rent this kind of house or this size apartment. They want to drive this kind of car. But their income won't allow them to do that. So they got to sleep with a man. They bring a man in and they got to sleep with this man. And a lot of times this man money come from selling drugs or scamming. Or it's just a man with money who he get illegal, but he got money. And then this is what I see happen. Because the woman has created a lifestyle with this man, to where she got these certain bills paid, she got these certain perks in her life, she have to put up with whatever the man want to give her. So when he start to strangle her, when he start to slap her, when he start to cheat on her, when he start to stay out all night, she's too afraid to leave. She can't leave because she look at her life and she's like, well, what am I supposed to do? My kids are in a school now that requires tuition, and he pays half of it. If I cut him off, he's going to stop paying half of the tuition. So, and then I have to take my kids out of school, uproot them, and put them in this C or D or F school that's in our area. Or I have to take and move out of this house or this apartment or condo and I got to move my kids in with my mama or in with my daddy, or we got to move into Section 8 or move into this over here, move into this over here, and that's like the hood, and it's not good. And so I'm stuck because I can't just add on another job because I won't have time for my kids, and I don't have the education to go and earn more money. And I can't just go to my job and say, give me a raise because I want to break up with my boyfriend. So I'm stuck. And this is what the women's saying now. And it was all because of money. And see, this is the thing as human beings. We got to stop allowing money to be our God. We got to stop worshiping money. We got to stop getting online and looking at other people's life and doing what they're doing. And because it's a different day. And I'm going to tell you, even with my mindset about money, and I don't mind going broke, I still get stressed about money. I still overspend. If I overspend, I'm worried about that. You know, I'm stressed. Like, I think like a king, and I'm like, listen, a king ain't supposed to look like no pomper. So I don't want to walk around looking disheveled. You know, I don't want to, as a human, what I'm telling you is I understand how the mindset is. I don't want to wear a shirt that everybody got on, and you can't go nowhere and feel like an individual because everybody got on your outfit because y'all all shopping at Hot Tropics. Everybody shopping at the Target right here on the corner that get the new stuff. So now you go out to eat. That's a nice shirt. Oh, yeah, you got good taste. I saw you got some good taste. Oh, you got good taste too. Man, this is, oh, wow. Chat, please. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. There's 8 of us in here with the same shirt on. I get it. And that's honestly why I want to spend more money for my clothes, because as an individual, you want to feel like an individual. And if you got on something that everybody got on, it's kind of like, you could feel like a robot, or you could feel like, you know, one of many. You could feel it, you know, you might not feel as special. I get it. So you want to buy an exclusive pair of shoes that maybe costs $150 instead of the pair of shoes from Payless that costs $25, because you feel like, you know, anybody who see me with this $25 pair of shoes on, they gonna judge me. So you set this goal to where you like, oh, I want to get beyond that. Because this woman, she judged me by my shoes. She judged me by my purse. She judged me by my car. She judged me by my house. So now she feel like I don't deserve a raise. Now she feel like I don't deserve to be treated with respect. Now she feel like this because she think I'm broke. She think I'm poor. And so in that mindset, as a woman, you go and say, well, I need a man because he's going to add to my income. Now, okay, if I take my 30, 50, 75 and put it with his 30, 50, 75, now instead of 75, we got 150. So guess what? From 75, at 75, you could get approved for 75, 150, a $225,000 house, which is a nice house in a lot of cities. Not in, of course, Los Angeles or New York and Miami and stuff like that. But $225,000 in Texas and Georgia and certain parts of Florida, you're going to get you a nice house. Now, that 75, you get you a man who got 75. Now y'all at 150. At $150,000 a year, now you could get approved for a house that's $450,000. That $450,000 house most likely is going to be in a gated neighborhood with a security guard at the gate that nobody could get in without them calling your house to say, hey, is Letitia Johnson on your list? And no. Yeah, can you tell her we're not home? Unfortunately, they're not home. That was their maid answered the phone. What? She ain't home? So that 450 is going to put you in a gated community in most cases. And in that gated community, it's probably going to be closer to a A-rated public school. And so now, naturally, as a human, you say, man, look, instead of 75 single, I want 150 married. And so a lot of time when you go in there and you doing it for the money, when you're doing it for the money and not just love, that man, he know that. He knows that, and he can sense that. And it's even going to come up in your conversation on accident, and you're going to say, well, look, we stronger together because I make 75, you make 75. 75 of us alone, we only get approved for a $225,000 house. 75 us together, we at 150, we get us a $450,000 house. So it's like, you know, I also see other benefits to marriage. And you just running off at the mouth. You ain't even realize that you said that. You weren't even thinking about the mouth that you was doing, and you ain't even realize he. All right. So now he realized you need him. Now he realized he got skin in the game. Now he realized when he gets you, and he gets you in this $450,000 house that his name on, and now y'all have kids. Whether you got kids and he becoming the bonus dad, or whether y'all both got kids and you come together as a blended family, or whether y'all have kids together. Now he know that his income done put you in a different place in life. And now you get comfortable to that. You get comfortable with that because guess what? I'm a human and I understand that once you taste something, so it's like what do you eat? So it's like when you eat steak, and if you like steak, it's hard. It'll be hard if somebody bring you some fried spam. Now you might have had spam when you were growing up, sardines when you were growing up, but not you used to have sardines with crackers. But once you taste that bagel with lox, you like, ooh, this bagel with lox, sardines and cracker. What you doing? And then what you mean, girl? You grew up on this. You grew up on this on Washington Avenue. Oh, so now you too good for sardines and crackers? Well, I can't stand y'all. You get a little raise, get a little job, and now you too good. So what would you like? Bagel with sour cream, lox and chives, with a mimosa. You see what I'm saying? And that's how people doing you, because now your tongue done taste something different. So now this man know with this lifestyle you got, you get on his nerves. You go to running off at the mouth. You go to asking for too much. You go to getting down his throat. Now he know. Well, you know what? I was considering. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking about a divorce because this is just too much for me. It's just too much nagging going on. Too much nagging. I work too hard. I'm making all this money, and it's just too much nagging going on in here. It's like every time I turn around, why you having another guy night out? Why you on the video game so bad? Why you there? Why you there? Why you there? You know what? I'm just tired of it because I don't have to deal with this. I'm fine going and living in me a 1-bedroom studio apartment, and my kids could come over there and visit me, and I'm gonna take them out to the park. I'm totally fine with that. So now he go to talking about that, and he looking at something different. What's up, buddy? Don't hurt your hand now on the door. Don't hold the door when it open, because your hand will get stuck in the door. What you need? That'll work. I love you. What you need on the game now? I know you come in for something.
I'm trying to give you a hug.
Oh, okay. I love you. You don't?
I was just playing with T.
Oh, you was? What y'all playing?
Just Roblox.
Oh, okay. Daddy love you. So see now, coming to give me a hug. He be finessing me though. Sometimes he say he give me a hug and he be needing me to spend $9 or $20 on his little game. And so now this man know. And this what happened when you got money on your mind. See, I know that's a part of the equation. But in this day and age, what we have to start doing is you gotta take that money off your mind, and you got to really look at first is, where is his character? Like, let me evaluate his character inside and out. And whether he make $1 million or whether he make $20,000, let me see what his character is worth. Let me see what his mindset is like. Let me see what his heart is like. Let me see, does he have a heart after God's own heart? Let me see how he treat his friends, how he treat his family. Let me see how he treats his job. Let me evaluate his character. Is he stealing from the job? Is he scamming the job? How does he talk to the people that he claims he loves? See, you looking at his character, because see, if he has good character, now you know he's not going to try to hold money against you. Now you know he could come in with money and he's not going to try to dangle that in your face and hold it against you and be able to cheat on you and lie to you and dog you out just because of the money he's brought to the table. And so you have to remove that so that a person don't feel like they need you monetarily, because not every man is going to be to where he doesn't use money against you or abuse money against you. Let me see if my wife wants me to drive them. Hey, baby, you want me to take y'all to Cooper's? And then what y'all about to do after that? What you have to do after that?
No, it's okay, because I know there's something to turn on and double backpacks. Got a little workshop and stuff.
Backpack. What time you got to pick up T?
5:30.
5:30.
Wait, I killed the tray from when I gave it to you.
Probably. Love you, buddy. Nah, those of y'all who did not know, I'm actually sitting in my driveway. But I had pulled up and I was like, man, I want to shoot a video in my Sprinter today, because I just feeling cozy in here. My mind just, I'm blocked off, and I'm more free. And just when you're in the house, there's a lot going on. People running by. My son about to go to speed training, so I was gonna drive him, but I got a haircut, and my wife got some other errands to run. And I got some of these shorts on. They making these shorts. They stop by mid-thigh, a little bit past the thigh, maybe a little bit past mid-thigh. My wife like, so, baby, you looking taller. I like, so you want you a tall man, huh? That what you wanted. Now it's coming out, huh? So now you want to wear the shorts so I can show more leg. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Insecurity. And she like, you look athletic. It shows you more of your leg muscles. You look athletic. She's around here licking her lips. So I said, hey, baby, go buy me some more of them shorts. I don't like these shorts. I do not like these shorts. I'm not comfortable in these shorts. But if my wife like them, hey, I'm going to like them. Y'all give me 1 second to cut my hair up. Now, y'all got to forgive me if the air get a little too loud for you, but these seats ain't got no seat cooler. So I'm getting ready to start going back a little longer to almost to my hour videos, because got too many commenters. Got too many commenters, got too many little drifters, you know, people who they're not really here for the work. They really ain't about the work. They want to just, if I got a 10-15 minute video, YouTube will push that like crazy, and it bring all of these crazy people and be all in my comments doing the most and just got too much to say. But see, when I do longer videos, I weed out the riffraff and I get to the people who really want to grow and learn. And so that's what I'm about, real growth and learning. And so this is what I want you to understand, like what I was saying. When you take and you evaluate this man's character, and you look at his character and you see, because I'm going to tell you, as the man that I am with the work that I do, I still struggle because my wife doesn't work for anybody else. So if I'm out and I go and I'm working, and let's say if I create a course and I sell that course, or if I create a business and I sell that business, or I'm making money in that business, then I'm earning income for the household. And if my wife works with me, then that means she's not earning income outside of me. Everything is with me. And the devil will get on my back and make me want to be like, oh, well, you earning all the money, you earning money. This come from your creation. So the least she could do is cook a hot meal every day. The least she could do is, clean this amount of times. The least she could do is do this right here, do that right there. And your mind want to start to make you believe that you are owed something because you provide a living, because you provide a lifestyle. And it's a toxic way to think, because now it means that you think money buys people, and you think money buys a person's love or a person's heart or a person's service or a person's submission because of the money that you make. And then it's very hard as a human to be told what you can and cannot do with money that you have earned. Listen to what I'm saying now. It's very hard as a human to be told what you can and cannot do with money that you have earned. That's men and women. So some women, even in a relationship, may say, I got my own money. So if I want to go buy a Louis Vuitton purse, if I want to go on a trip, a girl's trip, this is my money. I sacrifice. I work hard. I make $150,000 a year. So if I want to wear red bottoms, I'm going to wear red bottoms. And I done heard women say that. So why would we assume that a man would be any different? It's going to be many, many men. It's going to be the same way. And listen to me. And I'll be transparent. I have said that to my wife before in our marriage. One time I wanted a car. And she was like, don't get that car because you're going to add another bill. You got a car for free. You got the people to give you a car for free. Be happy with that. Like, why get a better car when this a free car? Why get a better car and have a car note? And I said to my wife, I say, listen, I have to bear the brunt of the stress to earn money. So let me worry about the stress of paying the bill on something. And essentially what I was saying, and I had to repent. I was convicted. But this is the thing. It may not be the case that everybody's going to be convicted. See, I teach on the subject of communication. So I'm convicting myself every day. I'm holding myself accountable. If I never had to think about and process relationships and healthy relationships and two-way streets in relationships, if I didn't have to think about and process that as a professional, then it's a lot that I would say or do that would go unchecked. But I am able to check myself. But I say that to say, and this is coming from a man of God, because a lot of times women be like, oh, well, I'm going to get a man of God. I'm a man of God. And I still struggle with that mentality. I'm a faithful man, a 100% faithful man. And I treat my wife like a queen, and I still struggle with that mentality of what I earn is mine. And if I'm doing this, it's human nature, because we selfish as humans. It's kind of like when you pay the bills at your house, what you tell anybody under your house: if you under this roof, This what's finna go down. And why you say that? Because you pay the bills. If you didn't pay the bills, that would never come out your mouth. What we buy, what we pay for, we feel we own. So it takes a whole nother level of a mindset to be able to give and not expect something in return. So, and here's the thing, is I will warn you, if you a woman that's willing to sell yourself for some work, I will warn you if you say, well, if he pays the bills, I don't mind cooking every day. I don't mind cleaning every day. I don't mind sleeping with him every day. Because he taking care of me, he paying the bills. Now, what does that make you? Because as a human being, you're not going to want to cook every day. As a human being, you're not going to want to clean every day. As a human being, you're not going to want to sleep with somebody every day. Now, some of y'all who don't have to do that and you're not in that position, it's easy to say it. It's easier said than done. Then when you get in that position, then where that's expected and required of you every day, then you're going to see it differently. You're going to see it differently. And because I'm going to tell you, as a man, which they always say men never turn down no love making, and men always want it, and men always, I don't feel like doing nothing no every day. I'm going to tell you that as a man. And as a young man, I don't feel like doing nothing no every day. And got the ability, I'm married. I could do something every day with my wife in that bedroom and not feel convicted because I'm doing it under a covenant in marriage. And I don't be feeling like doing nothing no every day. So I'm here to tell you, it's like, as a human, we're not going to want to do something every day. But guess what? If you get with that man and you factor in his money and what his money can do for your life, and then you say, well, this is what I'm going to give him in return. What's going to happen when you ain't signing a contract that say, hey, if you bring your 75,000, 100,000, 100,000+ to the table, I'm going to sleep with you anytime you get ready. I'm going to cook for you every day, and I'm going to make sure I clean the house every day. You're not signing a contract on that. So what's going to happen when that's not enough for him, but he done got you addicted to this money, to this financial lifestyle, and that's what you sold yourself for? You ignored some red flags. You overlooked some things. You compromised some self-respect, some self-worth. You gave up your dream. You quit your job. You did this, you did that because he got money. And I had a young lady ask me too in the Q&A. She was like, you know, what happens when I start to wonder about what would it be like to be with a man with money? And it's like, it's just money. Figure out how to make money. Instead of wanting to be with a man with money, figure out how to become a woman with money. Because there's no limits on you today. It's wide open. It's open season. And it ain't about, oh, well, only white women can make money, and only light-skinned women can make money, and only slim women can make money. That's all a lie. That is all a lie. Because it is millionaire women. That's different races, colors, shades, heights, weights, body types, everything. I got women clients of all shapes, sizes, colors, and races that are millionaires or hundreds of thousandaires. So I'm already knowing that it's for the picking. It's out here for the living. So instead of wanting to be a woman with a man with money, desire to be a woman with money. And as long as you have that desire, if life takes you down a different path, but your desire, your motives were right, then you're going to be taken care of. See, my wife didn't get with me for money. When my wife got with me, she was a biomedical science major with the goal of becoming a doctor. She got a master's in medical sciences. And then she took the MCAT and began to apply to med school. And then she made a decision, because we had our son, that she would rather focus on our son, who was special needs, meaning he was born 2.5 months early. So he had a lot of allergies. He was in the NICU. He lived there for 3 months. He came home on a feeding tube. He had to be fed every 2 hours. It took about 30 minutes to prepare the food, because you got to clean the bag, rinse it, make the food, put it in the bag, set it up, run the machine, and it's going into his stomach. It's plugged in, a plug that was into a hole in his stomach, and that's how he would eat. And it will give him a little nutrients in his stomach, and then about an hour and a half later he would start to cry. And so imagine being woken up every hour and a half. And I was working, so I had to get up and go to work. My wife wasn't working, but she in postpartum, so she's stressed, I'm stressed. Imagine if I'm stressed, I'm mad, I'm upset. She's stressed, she mad, she upset. If she had to get up and go to somebody's job, so she had to be home, and I had to go to work 40 hours a week. And this is when our life changed. So I say that to say, I didn't have anything against her, and I wasn't vindictive towards her, and I didn't have any spite towards her, because I knew that she is an ambitious woman. I knew that she's a hard worker. I knew that she will bust her butt. And my wife did not ask me for a thing. We probably were 5 years into marriage before, and I remember it like yesterday. And she said, babe, can I go get my nails done? And in that moment, I sat and I thought about it. And I said, after I told her, yeah, what you asking that for? But it dawned on me at that moment, it was probably 5 years, 6 years into marriage. It dawned on me at that moment that my wife had not asked me for anything our whole marriage. That she was raised to be independent and not to depend on a man. Although she was depending on me, and it wasn't really like depending on me in the sense of, I made $20,000 a year, but she was in school getting $20,000 a year in refund checks, and then later in student loan. So she made what I made while she was getting her education. And then after she finished school and she finished her master's, then that's when she didn't have any income. And I remember her going to get a job at one point while she was in her master's to make $10 an hour. But she got fired because she would have to call out all the time because my son was so sickly that he would have to be out of school. So I'm sharing this so that you understand that what I did and the way I do for my wife and things like that, it's doable and it's possible. But I have to be honest and say it is an exception to the rule. I would not be in a good conscience say, hey, go out there and you're gonna meet all kind of men that's not gonna worry about money, that's not gonna think about money, that's gonna spend whatever, that's gonna give you whatever, and that's gonna do that, because it's not smart. And I understand it's not even smart what I be doing, but God has put me in a position to where I've created so much that I'm able to earn every day. I'm able to wake up and earn, to where I don't have to depend on my body to earn, because my mind has already created. And so because I have intellectual property that has been created, I will earn for the rest of my life on those things. And it's not like an athlete who, if I tear my knee, I can't earn. So I could spend differently because I know I could forever earn. And if something was to happen to me, I know I have insurance. and I know I have still, my assets will still be left behind, and my wife still will be able to earn from the things that I have created, because it's intellectual property, and intellectual property does not die. That's why Michael Jackson's estate is still making millions of dollars from his music. That's why Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich book is still selling millions of copies years after he is dead and gone. And whoever has the rights to that book and whoever has his estate is still making a full-time great living off of those book sales. It's intellectual property. And a lot of times it does better when a person dies than it does when a person is living. The rapper Nipsey Hussle didn't go platinum until after he passed away. So I say that to say his estate will end up making more money with him being gone than it would when he was alive. And so that's totally different. That's not the norm. That's not your everyday thing, because most people, to earn a living, they go to a job, and they do a job that's dependent upon being employed. And if that company downsizes, if that company does, layoffs, or if that company goes out of business, now this man is out of work. So he's going to look at his earning potential totally different until he creates something that he cannot be fired from. But even when you create something, intellectual property, it still has to be liked by the consumer. And so to create something that consumers want on a consistent basis is not easy. So a lot of people won't create something that will sell consistently for years, for decades to come. So it's not easy. So I would not tell you, like, listen, if this man does not think about, if this man is frugal, he's a loser. If this man won't buy you Tory Burch sandals for $250, he's a loser and you should leave him. I cannot tell you that, because your everyday man, he's thinking about, what will I have when I retire? What is my 401k? What will it be built up to? He's thinking about a rainy day. So he's not saying, oh, I could just go spend everything today, and then tomorrow I'm able to, sell a product or my music or my book or whatever that I have created, I could just go sell that. He's not gonna think that. I've seen some rappers before. They'll come out and say, hey, I'm doing features. 10,000 a feature. And they don't care who they do a feature with. So the dope boy, the scammer, in this city, that city, this city, that city, that got 10 stacks cash, he'll run that rapper that money. And that rapper can make $100,000 in one day because of intellectual property. But a lawyer and a doctor, they can't go into the office and say, I absolutely is about to manifest $100,000 worth of clients that's gonna come in here, because that's not intellectual property that's being created. That's a service that's being provided. So if a surgeon goes to the office and nobody needs a surgery that day, there's no money being made. So this is how most men are thinking. And so because of that, most men are going to be very frugal. And most men are going to have an attachment, albeit an unhealthy attachment sometimes, to their money. And a man who he doesn't want to spend all willy-nilly, and he doesn't want to buy things that don't make sense, that doesn't mean he's a no good man. That doesn't mean he's a bad man, because guess what? When you old and decrepit, that man gonna have a savings. When you old and decrepit, that man gonna have a savings. That man gonna have a 401k. And he may die before he get to spend all his money. And that's the downside of being that way, because you work so hard to not even really live. And so there has to be a balance. And that's why I'm telling women, because I'm seeing this happen so much. And what I am seeing is I'm seeing so many women be bought. It's so many women who are living a life of slavery because they have sold their souls to a man for a better lifestyle. Because they are a slave to this man's every way and whim, because they cannot downgrade their lifestyle and they don't feel worthy enough or capable of going and earning enough money to be able to maintain that lifestyle themselves. So they depend on a man to bring money and to give them a lifestyle that they would not otherwise be able to have themselves, so they believe. And such as you believe, such as you will have. So that's just the gospel. And so this is what I need you to understand, is you got to come to a place to where your first goal is to be independent. So it's like, even with what my wife has done, even though she doesn't have to go work for somebody, because of what she's done, she can go and take some refresher classes, and she can go and take the MCAT again and apply to med school and get in med school and get student loans and get through med school and get into residency and then be a doctor for the rest of her life at any given time that she want to. And we see women doing it all the time, becoming a doctor at 40, 45. And because each med school, they reserve spots for women and men of a certain age, of an older age, who have gone and worked in corporate or built a family and now in their 40s want to go to med school. There are spots available at every med school for that age group. They're not just giving it all to 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds, 28-year-olds. No, they reserve spots. I went to my sister-in-law med school graduation, and the lady who gave the commencement speech was 44 years old. And she was graduating with my sister-in-law as a doctor. She was graduating from med school at 44, and she's a mother of 4 and a wife. And she was already a lawyer. She went to law school, passed the bar, became a lawyer, worked as a lawyer, and then decided to go to med school. A mother of 4. So that is because of ambition. And it doesn't have to be school. It could be a trade. You literally can go and get your cosmetology license and never go broke. You can get your real estate license. And yeah, you're going to go broke some of the time because the market go up and down, but still, you all going to be able to sell something. Hopefully. But it's other things that you could do. And so here's the thing. As a woman, make sure that you have something to fall back on, that if you need, at any given moment, you need to be independent, you can be independent, and you don't have to depend on a man forever for your lifestyle. And don't get so addicted to a lifestyle and so addicted to looking like you got money and competing with your haters and competing with your family and your friends to the point that you're putting up with all kind of crap just because you have a lifestyle that you have become addicted to, and you can't let that lifestyle go. Because listen, life's better on the other side. And when you look at a man, make sure that you are looking at his character, so that even if he makes millions of dollars, he has the character that he can take care of you, take care of y'all kids, take care of the household, and not rub you, drag you through the mud because of it. That he is willing to take care of everything because he has the income to do so, and he doesn't treat you like a slave or like a concubine or like a jump off or like property just because of what he does with his money. That's what you have to understand. But his character in dating, in the courting phase, that's what's going to show you where his mind is at and where his heart is at and what type of man he is. And listen to me. It's so many women who don't have a man who argue with me on this because they don't understand men. And they don't understand what it's gonna be like with your everyday man. With 9 out of 10 men, if you get with him because he has money. Because if you going in there and that's part of your equation, and that's the main part of your equation, he knows that. So he understands the leverage that his money is buying him. And he gonna use that. He going to use that leverage. Believe ye me. He going to use that leverage, and you're going to be in pain, and you're going to pay a price for wanting to go in there and focus so much on money. And don't feel like I'm saying take care of a man. Don't feel like I'm saying get a broke man who don't bring no money to the table. And that's what a lot of people in the comments who didn't make it to this point have probably already said. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is make sure that with his money, he has character with his money. And don't go in counting his money. Don't go in making plans for his money. Let his money be a bonus. Let his money be a plus, not a priority. Because if you depend on his money, it's going to be like oxygen. And you ain't going to be able to live without it. Hey, this is Tony Gaffney. God bless you. We'll talk soon.